Hi and welcome. Let's do some hooded eyes makeup, and we're going to jump straight in. Today I'm using really affordable products, and I'll put the entire list in the description and the top pinned comment for you. Now I've got dry, crepey, hooded eyes, so I am actually going to start out with a cream bronzer instead of an eyeshadow primer. I am going to tap this in an upside down V shape, and then as I blend, I'll round it out so that it looks like a dome. The reason for my doing this is that I really have a very heavy hood. So for one, I've got to bring the color high enough up to where it can be seen. And for two, if I create a dome shape, it's actually going to give my eye a little bit of lift without dragging the outside corner down. As I've gotten older and my eyelids have gotten more wrinkly and dry looking, I have started experimenting with a lot of different things to see what works best and what looks best on them. When I'm especially dry and wrinkly looking, I will use a cream makeup like I am today because it adds that extra level of hydration for the base. And like this Catrice Melted Sun Cream Bronzer in the color Pretty Tanned, it already gives me a color base. Quite obviously, if you're very oily, you'll want to skip the cream product and instead opt for an eyeshadow primer. Now I'm tapping the powdered eyeshadow over, and there are two reasons for that. One, it will actually set the makeup in place. And of course, the other reason is because I can add additional colors. I'm not sure how you do it, but when I have to do a lot of blending, I usually keep a giant box of rags nearby and I use them to kind of dry clean my brushes in between applying eyeshadow. And that way I don't have to use a liquid cleanser or have a wet brush when it's time to go back to blending. There are those little pads that you can buy that are made out of silicone, and those are great for cleaning too, but I've just learned that I prefer a good old-fashioned rag. Now I'm going to grab some shimmer and I'm going to place that near my lash line. I like a little shimmer on my eyes. If you don't like shimmer, I would just use a lighter color here. I personally do not think shimmer is a problem unless you place it somewhere on your face where it's going to accentuate wrinkles and fine lines and pores. But here's the thing. If I put a light colored matte here, it's actually going to make my eye look really dry, and it's going to show every little tiny fine line in that movable lid. However, if I put a shimmer here, it's not going to look dry because the little tiny sparkles in the eyeshadow are going to pick up light from multiple directions, so it's going to actually give it a nice dazzling look. I think the real problem with shimmer in most people is that they pull the shimmer up too high and then it accentuates the upper lid where we have all those fine lines and wrinkles too, and that's where they feel like it makes them look older. Well, I agree. It would make me look older too. Let's move on to talking about eyeliner because I think that this is kind of an interesting thing. Like some people are still wearing eyeliner, some people aren't. Some people just wear it on top. Some people wear it on top and on bottom. And on occasion, I do actually see people just wearing it on the bottom still. So I'm curious how you're wearing it or if you're wearing it. One of the easiest ways to wear eyeliner if you have hooded eyes is to work the eyeliner through the lash line. You can do that by wiggling it back and forth. You can kind of blink it through as if it was mascara, but get it in between the lashes. When you do it like this, it actually lasts a very long time. It also doesn't take up precious real estate on top of that movable lid. With a hooded eye, if you have a big wide line of eyeliner on top, basically your movable lid is going to disappear. For hooded eyes, the thinner the better. Now for the bottom lash line. If you put a lot of eyeliner on the bottom lash line and it looks too heavy, you can actually accentuate your hood. So instead, I just apply my eyeliner on the bottom with a little brush. That keeps everything nice and light and soft. Now let's chat about that outer corner that hangs down on the side of my eye. First of all, I love myself and this doesn't bother me at all. However, when I'm doing makeup, I want to make this appear a little bit more lifted. So instead of coming all the way out to the corner of my eye like I used to when I was 20, I just cut it off with a little concealer. I find this is easiest to do if your face is completely relaxed, and that way you can kind of stamp the concealer over the area that's hanging down. As you can see, it kind of looks like I scooped out part of the concealer. Now, I don't want that straight line there, so I'm just going to tap the concealer over top of the eyeshadow to soften it. And now when you look at it from the side, it's nice and soft and lifted. And that's pretty much it, my friends. The rest of the video is fluff. We're going to do a little bit of concealer to brighten the inner eye, and then I'm going to throw some lashes on. Let's get into the lashes. I'm actually using lash clusters today because I find that they are the easiest and the fastest for me to use. All you do is you use the little glue. It's kind of like a mascara. You can put this over other mascara or you can use it all by itself. Give it just a second to dry, and then you grab the individual lash clusters and they go underneath your lashes. They don't touch your waterline. That would drive you crazy if they did. I don't wear false lashes all the time, but I do like to add a little volume and a little length with a couple of lash clusters a few times a week. I just love the lift I get from lashes. Now today I'm just doing a natural lash, but on days when I want to do real dramatic makeup, I'll definitely use a bigger lash because I can get a bigger eye look that way, and I can also do a lot more with the colors on my lid. On the days that I'm using just mascara, I curl my lashes like it is my job. Curling them just gives that nice additional lift. Now, if you've got extremely hooded eyes to where the top lid is sitting on your eyeball and it's actually touching your lashes, here's what I would do. I would use a monotone wash of a soft matte color just from lash line to just above the fold. You still have to bring it up high like we did before. And then this is where brows really matter. A slightly higher, softly arched brow gives you that space back to the eye. Keep the tail lifted so it's not drooping, and it'll visually help balance that heavy lid. And then highlight under the brow bone lightly, just a little bit of concealer, nothing frosty. When the hood hits the lashes, your goal isn't to fight it, it's to redirect the light and the shadow. It's not about more product, it's about smarter placement and the lift illusion. I love hooded eyes. I wouldn't trade mine for anything. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I know as we get a little bit older, they might give us a little bit more of a challenge, but I'm here for it and I'm here for you. If you're looking for a complete list of the products that I used, tap the description or the top pinned comment. I've conveniently placed everything under one link for you so that you can find it easily. One link takes you to all the products from your favorite stores. Just scroll through and grab what you need. I'm recording this in the southern part of the United States in northern Alabama. I'd love to know where you're watching from today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.